crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie, VVS, I just turn the water on. Big ol' flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls.
What's up, guys? It's your sister. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. If you are new here, make sure that you subscribe so you could join the Black Women's Tribe during Black People's Ramadan month. I did not forget about Black Ramadan, and I have so much tea to spill with y'all about how Talcum X is back at it again, and he's scamming the Ramadan people, child. But I'll do that in my next video. That's going to be face-to-face. Right now, I'm just really not feeling well, and I just don't look well at all. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do a quick video voiceover. I know you guys prefer when I am in person. I will be back in person in the next one. But anyway, y'all, just make sure that you like, share, you subscribe. And let's just go ahead and get into this video, y'all. So let's first start off with Porsha versus Nene. Woo, Lord Jesus, not the girls fighting during Black Women's History Month. During Black Black Ramadan month, it's a lot going on, Lord. It's a lot going on. But y'all, yesterday, Nene took to her Instagram stories to reveal some mishap that happened between her and Porsha. She was recently scheduled to do the Upshaws on Netflix. Now, have you guys watched the Upshaws on Netflix? It is a really, really good show. It's really funny. It has Mike Epps, Kim Fields. I believe it's going into its 3rd or 4th season, I believe. Wanda Sykes is the creator of it. And I believe Kim Fields is a producer on it, I believe. And of course, we all know Mike Epps. So it's a really, really good show. If you haven't watched the Upshaws, please do. It's really good. But anyway, Nene revealed that she recently went to go film an episode of the Upshaws. The Upshaws is currently filming right now. I follow Wanda Sykes on IG, and she was saying that it was in production. And so Nene was saying that she was there this week, but she shared that there was a mishap between her and Porsha. And so here's what she said.
A disappointing video, but nonetheless, here goes. So earlier this week, I was told by my management company that the Netflix scripted series called The Upshaws were interested in casting me for a part. In Upshaws, it's Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. Directing this particular episode is Kim Fields. I was excited to do it. It's a comedy. I love comedy. I used to have a comedy show out on the road. Some of you guys know. So comedy is something that I love to do, and was really happy to do it. As the talks went on, we agreed upon whatever we agreed upon. I was to fly out to LA on Tuesday. They told me that Porsha William Gubadia was also playing in this particular series. She would be side by side with me. Excited. I haven't seen Porsha. We always have a good laugh when we see each other. So I was just like, okay, so me and Porsha are going to kill this part. I get to LA on Tuesday. They tell me to go straight to, to the studios. I need to go into wardrobe. Once I got into wardrobe, I'd chosen to wear like this silver color. They showed me a picture of Porsha. They said that Portia's wearing something similar in color, and maybe I would choose something else because we were gonna be, side by side doing this scene. No problem. I gave them a whole different look. They told me we were gonna be having rehearsal. At rehearsal, I didn't see Porsha. There was a stand-in. We broke for lunch. We came back. We were going to do a whole run-through. I still didn't see Porsha. I'm just waiting to see Porsha, right? I'm excited to see Porsha. I'm like, well, I want to, wait till Porsha on set so me and her can chop it up. So Porsha never came. We wrapped for the evening. I went back to my hotel. When I got to my hotel, production called me and asked me if I had any issues with any housewives because they were going to be recasting the other position. And I was like, oh my God, no, like what? And they were going to recast the position that Porsha was playing. And I was like, what? Why? And they said, do you have any issues with Kim Zolciak, Cynthia Bailey, Marlo Hampton? And I was like, no. Like, I just saw Kim recently and we talked. I talked to Cynthia Bailey often. I talked to Marlo Hampton often. No, like, they ultimately cast Cynthia Bailey and she was flown out to LA on Wednesday. We did the part together. I was later told that Porsha did not show up to work and had said that she did not want to work with me, that we had issues from the past, and she did not want to work with me. Let me take that in for a second. Listen, I am more than disappointed. Porsha and I have double dated a few times, okay? Okay. Simon had a birthday. We were all in Miami together. We hung out for the whole weekend to celebrate Simon's birthday. We all decided one weekend to go to Vegas to see Usher. We all went to Vegas to see Usher, couples. I was in Dubai. Porsha and Simon were in Dubai. We all hung out. Yanni and I have gone to Simon and Porsha's home to hang out, party, drink. My son came over, brought hookahs. We ate African food, had a great time. Of course, Porsha had a wedding, and I'm at her wedding. I've seen Porsha in Atlanta out. We've laughed and talked. I am shocked that Porsha would go to a production company and I am shocked to hear that Porsha would go to a production company and say that she doesn't want to work with me because we've had a lot of issues in the past. What lots of issues that we had in the past. Mind you guys, I haven't been a housewife in over 4.5 years, okay? Besides that, as black women, okay, when you call a black woman angry, difficult, we've got problems, I can't work with them on set, that is a death trap for a black woman in the industry. We don't have any issues that we can't work together. We are professionals. We get on set and we work together and do what we got to do. Your issues in the past, if you had to pick a housewife, it certainly wouldn't be with me. It would have been with Kenya. It would have been with Candy. Those were your major issues. We've had petty things. We're on a reality show. So we obviously are going to have some sort of issues, but we've not had anything where we could not work together. I'm sad and disappointed that Porsha would go to any company and say that she's had issues with me and we cannot work together. That is a lie. I text her. So it's not like I'm doing this video, I didn't text her. I text her. And she sent me a text back saying that she's going through her divorce and I didn't reach out to little sis. Are you serious? You and your husband were just happy and smiling in Dubai. I thought you guys were having a fight and maybe you guys are going to get back together. I don't know what y'all personal business are. I don't want to be nosy, okay? I don't want to invade your privacy. Maybe you need some time. I don't know what you need. I was happy to see her and talk to her and chop it up then. I don't want to pry. Yes, Yanni and Simon are hanging out together, but that has nothing to do with me. I'm not hanging out with Simon. Yanni's hanging out with Simon. I can't change this relationship with that man. I wouldn't let him change my relationship with Porsha. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing that you would do that. It's very disappointing. And people need to stop. They need to stop doing that. That's not right. When Porsha and I were on Housewives together, she was divorcing her first husband. And I fought for Porsha to stay on the show. I went to production and talked to whoever I needed to talk to at Bravo to just put my 2 cents in that I felt like she should stay on the show. When she drugged Kenya off that couch, she was saying all kind of things. I got down on my knees and put my hand over her mouth so that she wouldn't dig herself into a bigger hole than she was already in. The bottom line is Porsha did not want to share the spotlight. That's it. And professionals can share the spotlight. Porsha is not a star. She is a Bravo celebrity. Be clear.
Whew, this is a lot during Black Women's History Month, during Black Ramadan Month. This is a lot. But I want to start off by saying this. I'm very happy to hear that Nene is working again. I hope that the Upshaws is a great look for her, and I hope that this is turning a new leaf for her in her career, because we all know for the last 4 years, Nene has been, for lack of better terms, she's been blackballed in the industry. We know her suing Bravo, and I believe her lawsuit not only hit Bravo, but because Bravo is under NBC, it affected her relationship with NBC Universal as well. So she's been blackballed from a mega machine. So for her to be invited to the Upshaws, and I believe it has everything to do with Kim Fields as well being there. We all know Kim Fields used to be a housewife just for one season. So I'm happy to hear that she's working again. What she said about, calling a Black woman difficult and the fact that it is a death trap, she's absolutely correct. We hear what is going on. We see what's been going on lately with Black actresses like Taraji P. Henson, like Monique, the pay disparity for Black actresses, the fact that if you voice your opinion, if you voice something, you can be seen as a diva, you can be seen as difficult, and those things do affect Black actresses or Black people, period, not just in Hollywood, but Black people, period, in all facets of work, in all industries. You call a Black woman difficult, it does make her life difficult as far as work, especially in the entertainment industry. So, what she said there is absolutely correct. However, y'all, I don't think that Porsha not doing the Upshaws was a Porsha decision. I think this had everything to do with Bravo and the network that she's under. What happens a lot of times with these networks is they have first say so on everything that you do. They have first priority. That's what they call it in the industry, first priority. And so if they catch wind that you book anything else, they have to approve it. And Porsha signing back on as a housewife and being basically number one on the call sheet for this upcoming season of Housewives, she is the anchor for that show. And because she's the anchor for Real Housewives of Atlanta this upcoming season, they are building the show around her. And because they're building the show around her, they cannot risk losing when it comes to putting her on the show. And quite frankly, from where they stand, I'm not saying I agree with this, I'm not saying this is me, but from where they stand, her working with Nene is a L for them because of the lawsuit that Nene had with them. Now, apparently the lawsuit is no longer active, but Nene did not get a big payday from that lawsuit, and Nene can still open that lawsuit back up. Things did not end well with Nene and the network. And although a lot of us would love to see Nene back, it doesn't look like that will ever happen, because if there was a chance in hell that it could happen, they would have allowed Porsha to work with Nene. But Porsha all of a sudden not doing the show is not a Porsha decision. Porsha's not stupid. Porsha is not going to leave a Netflix bag on the table. That is stupid, okay? That is stupid. So Porsha not doing the Upshaws, that is not a Porsha decision, okay? I'm willing to bet my booty hair on that one during Black Women's History Month. That's not a Porsha decision. That was a network decision. We cannot have you mingling with this person who we have been having these legal disparities with, okay? Another thing that tells me that it was not a Porsha decision is the fact that they replaced her with Cynthia, another former housewife that is no longer active, okay? Cynthia poses no threat to the network. Cynthia things with Cynthia ended on a good note with Bravo and NBC. So, and Cynthia has done a girls trip with the Peacock Network under the Bravo umbrella. So they had no problem with replacing Porsha with a Cynthia because Cynthia's not active right now. And so they weren't going to put somebody who's active with someone who is not active, who they've had legal troubles with. So that gives me network. Porsha just signed a major deal with NBC. Okay, she signed a deal where she gets first look. She signed up to do scripted series for this network. So she can, like, they're not going to allow her to film with Nene. That's not going to happen. Okay. And so I don't know who communicated things with Nene. I would love to know who told Nene that Porsha said that they have issues, because I don't know, something about that just doesn't sit right with me. Although I don't know these women that personally, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense for me that Porsha would go say, well, I'm not doing the show because I have problems with Nene. No, that is a Netflix bag. No, I'm sorry. No, it doesn't give that. It gives that was a Bravo decision. However, when Nene brings up the whole, Porsha told her, well, I've been going through my divorce and you haven't checked on little sis. That does beg the question, what is their real problem? Now, we do know that Simon and Yoni are friends. So Yoni is Nene's man and Simon is Porsha's almost ex-husband. I mean, we don't know where this divorce is going to go. Who knows? They might end up staying together, but I don't know. The way the divorce has been going, I really do feel that Porsha is definitely ready to go back to just being PW instead of PWG. Okay. Now, I saw recently that Simon was going a little viral. Well, is it me that, or Simon's just been posting a lot since his, the filing of the divorce. I feel like Simon has just been doing a lot on socials, which is why I feel like, Porsha, girl, just stay quiet. Just be quiet. I even saw the other day that there was a story where she said, if you keep talking, I'm going to tell my truth. Girl, don't tell us nothing. Go down to the courthouse and let the judge know. Don't tell the public nothing when it comes to this man. Just get your divorce and make your clean break, please, for the love of God. But the other day, I did see that Simon was down in Miami, and it was being shown that he was being seen with this girl named Get Body by Jay, or something like that. And they were both on Young Jeezy's yacht together, which is crazy because Young Jeezy is getting divorced from Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai and Porsha have the same divorce lawyer, which is... Child, the irony of this is all just so messy. But anyway, child, Simon was down at Young Jeezy's yacht, and the girl Get Body by Jay was also on the yacht as well. Is it me, or that Get Body by Jay girl also, didn't she go viral like a couple years back for having to get her booty meat out? Like, she had got, like, I don't know if it was injections or something like that, but the injections had got rotten or something like that, so she had to get the booty, the liquid booty removed and all that. I don't know, child, but she just looks familiar to me. But anyway, she was on the yacht, child, and then come to find out today, there were these pictures that were released of Simon on a date with a girl that kind of looked like Porsha, and those pictures were leaked, and then Simon tried to clean that up and post up a picture of him and the girl in a selfie, and he called her sis, which I thought was very interesting. Child, a lot of the times y'all be calling people sis and bro, whole time they dingling and they boochie be all in y'all mouth, child. Child, whole time they booty juice be in down y'all throat. I don't be understanding that. But yeah, he had posted a picture with his sis. Side note, y'all, Davido be cracking me up when he be in Simon's comments. Bye-bye, you did where you? You did where you? Nigerians are so damn funny. Cheating must be very amusing to somebody like Davido. I've seen the tea, baby. I saw what was going on with you a couple months back. Child. But yeah, so he posted a picture with his sis child because he wanted to clean up things. And the next thing you know, you see Nene, Yoni, and Simon and the sis hanging out. And so when I saw that, I thought to myself, okay, while I don't know, I really hope Porsha did not go and say anything to the production company. I really stand by the fact that I really feel that that is a network thing. But I do feel that Porsha probably does feel a way about Nene still hanging out with Simon. Now, while I do understand that Yoni and Simon are friends, Portia's probably expecting some type of solidarity from Nene. Like, girl, like, that's not my man no more. You seen we having a divorce. Why are you still hanging out with him? You haven't reached out to me or anything. Like, why are you still hanging out with him? But also, I do see Nene's point as well, which is, well, Yoni and Simon are still friends, and if Simon wants to come out and get a drink with us, like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know, but Porsha hasn't said anything about this, but I just want to get you guys' point of view. Are you team, if my man is not my man no more, he not your friend no more? Or are you team, well, I mean, he's still friends with our friends or my man, so I'm still going to see him? Like, from where I stand, I'm not even that friendly with my friends' men, my cousins, my family members. Like, I'm not that friendly with men that are not my family members. I'm not. That's just a personal thing. I've seen too many messy things go on in life, and I've always had that boundary with men that are married to family members, men that are friends. Like, I'm not your friend. The only time I'm your friend is when your wife is around. If your wife is not around, I do not know you. I even had one time I was at a concert with some friends, and one of my friends' husband was there. And he said to me, he was like, Jessica, you do know you can talk to me, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Because like, I don't have nothing for you. Like, now if your wife is there, I'm going to talk to you. But if she not there, baby, I ain't got nothing to tell you. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You might get a good morning. You might get a good evening. You might get a good afternoon. But that's all you going to get from me. Like, that's just where I stand. And maybe that's where Porsha stands. Let me know what you guys think about it. But I really hope that her and Porsha are able to make up, because they've been friends for too long for this to be a thing that makes them not friends. And I really hope that whoever told Nene that, I hope that that was just like a mistake in communication, because I would hate to think that Porsha would be out here trying to stop a bag for Nene just because of this. No, I really think that that is a network thing, but y'all let me know what you think. All right, y'all, moving right along, I wanted to talk about this video that I came across. It's a video that Amanda Seales posted, and I think it's right on par with some of what Nene Leakes was talking about. Just, Black women in Hollywood, when you have a certain reputation, and how it makes it difficult for you to work. Amanda Seales posted this video last night and today, which is Sunday when I'm recording this. It went viral, and there was a lot of discord, a lot of discussion around what she said. And I want us to take a look at it and also have a discussion. So take a look.
I just want to say something. If it wasn't for y'all, I would really think that I ain't doing shit. Because the industry I'm in does not recognize me. And to be clear, I'm speaking about the Black spaces in the industry I'm in. Because y'all know I don't give two damns about any of these other spaces. But the Black spaces is what I'm referring to. Which is largely in part why I realized like I need to shift out of this industry. Like, I don't get invited to Essence Women in Hollywood. I've never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. I've been nominated for an Image Award. Never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. Never been honored at Black Girls Rock. Like, I've hosted these events. You know what I'm saying? I literally hosted the BET Awards in 2020 in my house, and I was not invited to the BET Awards since. So I just want to thank y'all for always reminding me that I really am valuable, because the game and the industry that I've been in has never let me know.
I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this because I don't know, when I saw this, it actually made me sad because while I don't always agree with everything that Amanda Seales, like I don't always agree with her point of view, I've always admired her ability to stand up for herself, stand up for others, and stand 10 toes down, even if it's by herself, but stand in her truth and the way that she just, I don't know, she owns what she believes in and she doesn't waver for anyone. I can appreciate that. And I think that overall, when you look at the things that she does stand for, I think they are just basic, good to do things. And as someone who can relate to not being liked for my point of view, a lot of times, I found this video to be very heartbreaking. And I know exactly what she means by, not being invited to certain things just because people don't agree with the way that you see things, or people just don't agree with the fact that you're one of those people who says you're one of those people who says the things that people are afraid to say. A lot of times people are afraid to say things because they don't want to not be included. They want to be able to go to the Rock Nation brunch. You know what I'm saying? They want to be able to sit down and have dinner with Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Like, they want to be able to have access to all these events, but they know if they stand up for something that they won't be able to go to these events. Meanwhile, people like Amanda Seales, who actually stand for things that matter, things that actually are good, get castrated and cast aside. Meanwhile, at all these Hollywood events, there are abusers, there are domestic violence abusers, there are people who are sexually violent. There are people who like to scam people, steal from people. There are people who are like literally downright malicious and have done malicious things to people. And yet those people seem to be the top people. They seem to be the people that everybody gravitates towards. And yet people don't want to be around a woman who just says what she feels is correct. And I just will never understand that logic. We see people like, P. Diddy, you know, literally the irony in that name, P. Diddy, we see his downfall and it's like, y'all didn't just find out he was just doing all these things. Keep in mind, when all these lawsuits with P. Diddy dropped, never did you hear anyone say, oh my gosh, no, he would never do those things. When the Bill Cosby stuff happened, did you ever hear anybody say, oh my gosh, he would never do those things? When the R. Kelly stuff, oh my gosh, he would never, you never hear anybody say, oh my gosh, so-and-so would never do those things. Scammers, there have been so many scammers in Hollywood. I exposed one. Do you ever hear people say, oh my gosh, you would never do those? No. But those people still get invited to things. And you have to ask yourself, you find yourself asking yourself, well, damn. So all these people who do these disgusting things and nasty things that actually harm people, they get invited. But me, I don't get invited because you see me as a complainer. Oh, you see me as a disruptor, as a disruptor. Lord, am I saying it right? As someone who's going to disrupt the vibe. That's why I'm not invited? Okay. It just makes you think. What I've learned time and time again is that you can literally stand up for what's right. And if it causes someone to be exposed, you're the bad guy, not the actual bad guy. Like the actual person who did the bad thing, they'll still get invited. But you caused disruption by standing up for what was right. So you know what? We're not going to invite you. I know exactly what that feels like. But also, I hope that Amanda knows that, girl, you have people out there who do support you. and just stay focused on what you're doing. There are people out there who do support you, and there are people out there who appreciate you using your voice. Amanda Seales is someone who has been in the business for over 30 years. We're talking about My Brother and Me. We're talking about MTV too. She was a VJ. We're talking about somebody who does poetry, somebody who has sung, somebody who's a TV host, somebody who co-hosted The Real. You know, she has Smart, Funny, and Black. Yo, the fact that she hosted, I remember. Do y'all remember when she hosted the BET Awards from her house in 2020? Like, she hosted it at a time where we didn't even know what what was going on in the world. And so to hear that she hasn't been invited back, that's sad. And I hope that does change, because I love BET. I love my BET family, but that's sad to hear. So I really hope that changes, and that she does, that things change for her. Let me know what you guys think about what she said in the comments. All right, moving right along, y'all. Let's talk about Stephen A. Smith. I came across this video clip of him giving dating advice when it comes to women. So he recently did maybe this is his own show, but he did he was talking about dating, and he was saying how, as a man, you should aspire to date sevens. Nothing higher than a 7. No 8s, no 9s, no 10s, a 7. And here is the clip, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
There's no man alive that would disagree with what I'm about to say. You want a strong 7. Let me tell you why. 10, fine as all body, looking fine, everything like that, got it going on. Too much maintenance. A 9, that's a problem too. Because you got enough people telling her she's a 10, so half of them acting that way. And by the way, the ones that ain't acting that way still require more from you than what others might. You got to be up on your game. That's problematic. 8, that's ideal. Because that's really, really good looking. She got it going on. But at the same time, there's a level of independence, which is never a bad thing, until she's so independent that she's making you feel like you need to be more dependent on her. There's too much time that's wasting away where you're not feeling like that dude. You're feeling like a dude, not that dude. Here's where the strong 7 comes in. She can compete with an 8, but her mentality is not that of an 8. So she's more appreciative of you wanting her. Therefore, she treats you like she wants you. As a result, y'all have more of a good time together.
Hey. Stephen A. Smith is 56 years old, y'all. 56 years old, having this conversation. And not knocking him for his age, but at 56 years old, where is your wife? Like, as a 56-year-old man, why are you not married? Why are you having these 5, 6, 7, 8s? Don't date a 8 because a 7 is going to do this, and don't date a 10 because who hurt you? What 10 hurt you? Maybe that's the conversation we should be having. What young lady hurt you that was a 10? And speaking of young ladies, Stephen A. Smith is 56 years old. He has a 15-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old daughter. I believe this is one of his daughters pictured here. Very, very beautiful girl. And I looked online to see, had he ever been married? Stephen A. Smith has never been married, but this apparently was his fiance at one point. I couldn't find the actual date of when this picture was taken, but this next picture obviously was taken at the same event. So, him and this young lady were engaged at a point, and I tried to find, anything about him and this fiance, and he said it just didn't work out. Like, he's been questioned about him and this young lady that were fiancéed at one point, and he said things just didn't work out. He's never elaborated on anything. He even has an interview where he said, like, he told his sister, like, things just didn't work out. He never elaborated even to his sister. And so it's just very interesting. Like, why don't we talk about men like Stephen A. Smith, like the men like Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharp, like these guys who are uber successful, good looking, have money, but have not been able to keep a woman. What is the truth? Like, what is the truth? Because I feel like when it's women having these conversations, it's so easy to call us bitter, old, nobody wants you. You know what I mean? But when these men are knocking 60, this man for be 60. C'est 60 ans le pral genyen. You are going to be 60 years old tomorrow. Where is your wife? Où est ton épouse? Côté madame ou? Where is your wife? Eh? Hey, whoa, where is your wife? Eh? M'pa kompren konversasyon sa yo. C'est 60 ans pral gen. Where is your wife? Eh? What is happening? Where is your wife? En tout cas, drop down in my comments and let me know your thoughts on this video and everything that we discussed in it. Also, if you plan on joining me in Cartagena, Colombia, make sure that you visit woocation.net. I cannot wait to see you guys in June. Until then, until next time, until the next video, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.
All these diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie,